Hi and welcome to this Death Stranding 2 reaction. I'm Mattias and like you I enjoy cinematic music and game music. So today we are gonna listen in to Death Stranding 2 and talk about the emotions and what we hear in the music. Say hi in the chat. Just gonna prepare some stuff here before we get going. Prepare some stuff here before we... Hi there, Dlazers. Welcome. Siskel. Hi there. In tradition, we're listening to one of my own tracks here in the beginning. This is Trust Your Vision. Right, so earlier this week I did a poll on my YouTube channel to find out which is your favorite track from Death Stranding. But in the polls here we can only add just a few tracks. So we had To the Wilder, On the Beach, Don't Be So Serious and Sayonara. And apparently out of the 62 votes, thanks for voting by the way, we have 65% for Don't Be So Serious. And then we have 90% To the Wilder, 8% On the Beach, and 8% Sayonara. So I guess most of your favorite is Don't Be So Serious. So it's gonna be interesting to hear some of those tracks, because as I mentioned previously, my only experience is basically To the Wilder with Woodkid. Yeah, the little I heard is very lovely, very emotional stuff going on there. Low roar. Ah. Yeah, that's sad to hear. Yeah, I guess. I think there's a few different OST albums too for the game. You are the light. As usual, I'm gonna post the link here. Yeah, it seems like the main composer is Ludwig Forsell. But then we have a lot of tracks from Woodkid. And I think I also read Caroline Polishek in there. There's the Woodkid for Death Stranding 2 On the Beach. On the beach? On the beach. Yeah, so maybe we'll listen to a few tracks from both of these soundtrack albums. But I'm gonna post the first album we're gonna go for. So I'll post the link in the chat for you. So that's the playlist we're gonna begin with. So let's begin with the first track, Should We Have Connected? should we have connected to the AI? It's a really cool instrument added there to the mix. I wonder why the piano is not audible. Damn, I updated to the latest OBS version. Maybe there's something wrong there when it comes to routing audio, because I don't think I get the piano across. Yeah, anyway, it sounds like it's G minor. The very interesting instrument added there to the mix, just a basic pure piano and a very melancholic and like introspective beginning in the track. No, I don't think we did the Celeste B-sides. I know there's a few people requesting we do a third episode with Celeste, and I'll see what we can do about that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do some tech troubleshooting in the stream. Let's continue listening. Yeah, from listening to that track, should we have connected? It definitely sounds that we shouldn't have connected. It sounds like humanity has done something wrong, connected to the AI or something. I don't know the full story of Death Stranding, but I'm just giving my thoughts here on from the title and what I hear in the music. It definitely sounds that we shouldn't have connected to the AI or to the machines and merge with the machines. I think that's the topic of the song there. Yeah, sounds very tragic from the music, from this first track at least. Should we have connected? Yeah, philosophical. But very introspective and melancholic. Like a regret, like a big regret. That's my impression of the melody there. The very minor feel. But low when they hit the D major there, it's a bit sad that we can't have the piano in the stream today somehow. I have no idea what happened. Audio input capture. Loop back audio. Let's see if that works. Yeah, we're gonna boot up the second track, Over the Dunes. Yeah, piano would be nice. I just love that when we have the tracks blooming out like that. What a wonderful bloom in this track. It's very ambient and chill. I just love the vibe in this track so far. So when do we hear this track in the game? Over the Dunes. I guess it's when you're surfing the dunes or walking the dunes. 3 different original soundtracks. Ludwig, Woodkid and Low Roar. Yeah, so this is the Ludwig for Cell album. Yeah, what a build. Oh yes, indeed. A beautiful track. We really love how it blooms out and the dynamic of of the track. Oh, we got piano. Yes, we have piano. Right, so yeah, Over the Dunes. Chef's Kiss track. Love the dynamic build throughout this track and how it evolves. And a beautiful song. But again, back to Should We Have Connected. C minor and then the D major. Beautiful. Yeah, so happy to have the piano again here so we can translate the ideas. Next up we have a track called The Man on the End. I'm just going to check the track list, and apparently there's 56 tracks in this soundtrack, so maybe we can listen to a few of them, as I said earlier, from this soundtrack, and then jump to the Woodkid album, and then the Low Roar. So maybe you can shoot me which of the albums your favorite. Weird static with the piano. Still? A sound effect. No idea. Okay, next up, The Man on the Other End. And there's some really wicked sound effects going on there, but again, it's like a minimal, sounds like a minimal arrangement. There's just a few sounds, but each of these sounds are very bold and big. It's a very interesting sound mix. Right, the man on the other end sounds like something from a horror film at times, with these cluster choirs. No. Very interesting sound mix. Ominous, maybe. The man on the other end. Next we have Higgs. Right, so yeah, what a beefy mix and what a beefy sound world in these tracks so far. Higgs, Marcos, could it compare to something similar to opera? The use of vocals remind me of that. Yeah, definitely it's a very theatrical music. So indeed, like it sounds a little bit, I was going to say this sounds actually like a metal track. When it comes to like the harmony in the track and that ominous build. Somewhat reminds me of metal music. I played a lot of death metal myself, so I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, definitely my type of track. And again, this track also has this really massive dynamic build. I just love how he has selected such a massive selection of sounds. It's a very, very nicely mixed too. And it's not your typical traditional orchestral arrangement. There's so much happening and like weird sounds, weird twisted sounds intertwining. And it gives a very ominous character. Sounds like something really bad's gonna happen. So that was Higgs. Next we have a track called Terminals. But I'm gonna go down a bit here to a track called På en mörk, stjärnklar natt. Swedish title, On a dark, starry night, featuring Emily Anna. Let's hear what that's about. Again, you can post me your favorite tracks from the Death Stranding soundtrack. May it be from the Ludwig Forsell album or the Woodkid album or Loror. So really cool that we get some Swedish lyrics. På en mörk kärnklar natt in Death Stranding here. That's really cool. Yeah, what a mixture with all these like ballsy sounds surrounding the whispery vocals. A really cool mix. Yeah, what a cool track. Man, again, so many beefy sounds in this mix and very like distorted and over the top ballsy sounds. And then again, this whispery voice. Somehow it reminds me of like Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman score. Not like in sound-wise, but it almost becomes humorous. It's of course very, very dark and ominous, but it almost becomes a little bit like humorous, the melody there and the over-the-top sounds and with that voice. That's just an impression I got there. So a little bit of Danny Elfman inspiration in. But it's really hard to pinpoint. I'm trying to find the soundtrack that I've heard that sounds similar to this one, and I can't really put the finger on another soundtrack that really sounds like what I've heard here from these soundtracks composed by Ludwig Forsell. Quite unique to some extent. So the contrast, again, it's like a lullaby mixed with the most like powerful sounds. So that's the like weird contrast that I'm feeling here. The vocal or the singing, it sounds like this lullaby, this chant of sorts on a dark, starry night. But then the music is like over the top. So it's I think that's what makes the big humorous contrast in this case. You wouldn't consider a lullaby to have this kind of ballsy sound atmosphere. So that's really, really cool. But if it's, of course, did with intention. So very interesting. Yeah, this is definitely metal. Rock opera. Metal opera. But dang, that's some really cinematic stuff. And again, what a cool combination there, the lullaby with the really over-the-top, distorted, menacing sounds. Right, so we're gonna head over to the Woodkid album. Right, so people, don't forget to leave a like here on the stream. Smash the like. Yeah, very cinematic. Extremely cinematic so far. But I wouldn't expect anything else. Very, very nice sound design. So here we have the first track, To the Wilder.
To all the words that I won't get to say, the things that time steals and turns to pain. If it's not love to let you leave again, I don't know what is. But if you doubt and question what the future holds, remember there's no place you can't go home. To all the roads that we are yet to pave, the dreams that stillness entertains and slays. Now if my love for you won't make you stay, I don't know what will. You will never leave a trace where you walk. If the only path you take's the one you're told, so walk away, I'll find you. So far away, I'll be.
Right, so I'm just gonna take a little break there and talk a little bit. So this is To the Wilder here was the first track I heard of Death Stranding, and I immediately knew that we have to do a reaction video on this one because I just adored the overall arrangement and melody in this track. It's very melody focused, obviously, since it's a singer here, Woodkid. Very interesting voice. It almost sounds like he's falling forward in his singing. And yeah, quite a unique voice, I think. And a very interesting choice. But love the track so much, and it's a very cinematic track, this too, even if it's like a song. But just love it. So basically that's my experience so far prior to this live stream of the Death Stranding soundtrack. It's listening to this To the Wilder track. But Chef's Kiss track. Beautiful melody.
Part of us that still remains untamed. We must be more than animals in chains. It's a poison that kills. Would you let the wind tell you where to go? If you can break fate and prove it wrong, so walk away, I'll find you. So far away, I'll lead you to the wilder, 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 yeah.
It's of a very lovely mix too, with the voice really up front and in your face, and with that lush big string orchestra. And it's also interesting to hear that it's like very industrial drums in the background there, but that's also quite typical when you're doing cinematic tracks for film, or in this case maybe cinematics for a game. But I think that the other version I heard was with another singer too. Yeah, Elle Fanning. So that's actually the version that I've been listening to previously. But I see it's a little bit lower here in the soundtrack order, so maybe we'll hit that later on here. Yeah, what a track, To the Wilder, Woodkid for Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Just love the end there when we have the piano and you have like the microphones picking up maybe your footwork or like the key sounds from the piano. So it gets you get a very like intimate sound. Somehow the piano is gone again from. I wonder if it's some kind of issue that happens like after a while. I'm using Logic Pro in the background to get the piano into OBS, but apparently after a while it disappears. It's a new version of the screen capture software, OBS. But that's life. Yeah, next up we have Any Love of Any Kind, featuring Bryce, Dessner. And Dlazers, you preferred the choir version. Is that so? Aha, Elle Fanning also plays a character in the game named Tomorrow. Named Tomorrow. Speaking of Named Tomorrow, I actually made a track for my band Embracing back in the, I think it was 97, 96. A track called Name It Tomorrow. Just saying. Cuvo, -61 became my overall favorite, but this song is really beautiful too. Yeah, this one, I feel that this one is it's one of those like timeless songs. It's like My Heart Will Go On for Titanic, a song that will live on after long past the game has not been forgotten. I guess a lot of people is gonna remember the story and everything, but yeah, we'll see if we're gonna play Death Stranding on my channel after this listening stream. Who knows? Who knows? Speaking of that, I've set up a separate gaming channel called Cuileann Gaming. So if you want to tag along to our gaming experiences, I'm gonna post the link here to my gaming channel. Because we do of course talk about the game music and the visuals, the game mechanics and the sounds in the games and everything. So it's not just pure gaming. We do talk a lot about music and sounds in that channel too. So make sure you subscribe. Cuileann Gaming, join in. It's a chill game. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like something for me. Any Love of Any Kind.
There was a time when I would shatter every hate or soul, but now I barely feel the pain when I fall. This violence is turning to madness, forgetting what was sold. I tell you all that man,
I'm very patient.
but you don't wanna know.
Yeah, what a voice. It sounds like he's a very easy to jump between his normal chest voice and the falsetto. But again, I think I mentioned that earlier. It sounds like he's falling forward a bit in the singing, like he's tired. So it gets almost like a melancholic feeling. I guess no matter what he would sing, it would almost get this melancholic feeling, because that's like the character of the voice. So it's a good, I feel it's a good choice of voice for tracks where you really want to get emotions across. And if you have this type of melancholic vibe over the story of the game too, great choice.
Don't waste your life observing this order.
A beautiful song.
There is no time to grieve the sun. Take every chance of joy that you can find. Any love of any kind. Go catch the light.
Man, it's so theatrical. I'm in love with this soundtrack just by hearing 2 tracks. Okay, so I just checked up if there's an update available for OBS, and apparently there's a 32.1.1 hotfix changes. And I do remember that last night I did update the OBS on my gaming PC. In the background, down there. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure to update for the next stream. Yeah, so we can have and play along and analyze the melodies a little bit more.
Don't find excuses for your anger. You're drowning in sorrow. When all the reasons to stay are selfish, you must go. I'll show you out this burden is hiding, the meaning of it all. How beautiful this life can be. You don't have to grow. Don't waste your life respecting the rulers. There is no time you need to run. Take every chance to try all you can find. Any love or any crime. Go catch the light and shine it all around. It's all we have to survive this world. Don't think of all you have to leave behind. You're all I have to survive this
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to hear the choir version of this track. Any Love of Any Kind, featuring Bryce Dessner. Gave me a little bit of like Outer Wilds. We did a reaction to Outer Wilds soundtrack, just a little bit. And somehow it also gave me like, if anyone heard the band, the album Leaf, somehow it gives me a little bit of that vibe too. And yeah, a little bit of like shoegaze music. But very cinematic. But I just love his voice, the emotions that comes across in his voice. And also the great lift there in the chorus with the falsetto. Nice stuff. Right, so we're going to take a Story of Rainy as per request. Yeah, I need to play Outer Wilds. So many people, I get like a request every day, or pokings. You gotta play Outer Wilds. Ah, beautiful. Man, what a beautiful, indeed, a track to transcend with. It's building like throughout the whole arrangement, and then we get this really nice drop with just a string holding out that really high pitched note, and then bloom out again. It's not uncommon that you do that type of arrangement trick, but it's also lovely. And then when everything hits you and comes back, it sounds so powerful. Love the bass in the background there too. Oh yes, Story over Rainy. Indeed, it's this is cinematic music 101, Hans Zimmer style building. Just love it. Yeah, what a great track. And thanks for recommending Story over Rainy. Yeah, I found so many favorites so far. It's like every track. Right, so what's the track we're gonna do next here? -61. Let's hit it. Now we're talking about interesting sound design. Sweet.
-61. Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the great system's turned into traps and the fear is switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become? -61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk numbers I never really liked. The way they think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown. Where is it that I belong?
Oh, lovely. I just want to talk a little bit more about his voice there. Again, it sounds like he's like almost losing his voice. Again, I talked about it earlier, like falling forward. So it really gives a lot of impact to the emotions carried out in the singing. Yeah, I just love this track so far. Very interesting track indeed. -61. Is that the temperature of a very, very cold heart? Swedish winter. But man, this winter has been a joke. And it's, it's early April and it's almost like spring here. We usually have snow and stuff at this time of the year. what's happening with our environment.
-61. Now the wind cuts the leaves like a knife, and the sun is out of sight. I see the world I built to lose at the trial, what is left and what is right. I made the worst mistake one can make, pretending and playing blind.
Yeah, so this is what I love about doing these reaction streams or listening to a lot of different music is the surprise. So this is so cool, this section with the rhythm on the vocals and his falling forward vocals in front of you, right in your face there. Such a wonderful, cool mixture of sounds.
Lose at the trial, what is left and what is right. Made the worst mistake one can make, pretending and playing blind. What is it I'm trying to find?
Okay, so I have it figured out now. At least my impression of the soundtrack. It sounds like something you would hear in a James Bond film, where they have over-the-top budgets. That's, I think that would be my impression, my overall impression of all these soundtracks today. That the sound worlds sound like it's something you'd hear in a James Bond film, where they have like the endless budgets. Yeah, what a cool track. -61. Again, super epic, super cinematic. Yeah, I love the kids choir there. The children choir. It's a very unique sound indeed. And if you know anything about the behind the scenes of film scoring or like Hollywood soundtracks and these type of soundtracks, they often use a virtual instrument called Omnisphere. I've done a few videos on Omnisphere in the past and also on my Instagram and so forth. And in that library, they actually have a lot of different choir sounds, but they also have some children choirs, and they have like ethnical choirs, all kinds of weird choir sounds. Not weird, but really cool choir sounds. So that's a really nice package if you ever want to get going into film scoring or game scoring. Highly recommend checking out Omnisphere. It might seem like a hefty price for the instrument, but it's totally worth it when it comes to the sounds. When I was doing a lot of game scoring, you always impress the clients when you used the Omnisphere sounds. They always said, "Where did you get all those cool sounds?" Well, Omnisphere. And some say it's overused in films and in games, but I mean, I don't feel it's overused. Right, so that was minus 61. And now the bonus tracks, Hideo Kojima. What's that all about?
And now, the bonus tracks. ここからはボーナストラックをお楽しみください。
What a thing to add. Yeah, we will listen to some low roar too, definitely. But I want to listen to again here to the Wilder, but with Elle Fanning, because it's such a lovely contrast between Woodkid's voice and Elle Fanning's voice. Just love that. And we will also listen to the Any Love of Any Kind choir version, because I feel Dlazers requested that one earlier here in the stream. And again, feel free to tell me your favorite tracks from Death Stranding in the chats here. But yeah, we'll listen to a couple more tracks here, and then we'll go into the low roar contributions. If that's okay, how does that sound? Let me know in the chat. But again, I'm very sad I can't get the bloody piano going here in the stream. It's also, it's both for you guys and it's also for myself, so I can like learn a couple of the melodies here and harmonies. It's a lot easier to remember which of the tracks that you enjoy the most and so forth. I'm going to start a poll here in the chat, and you can vote for which of the soundtracks you feel is the best one. Woodkid, Low Roar, or Ludwig Forsell's contribution to Death Stranding 2. Let's get going here again with To the Wilder featuring Elle Fanning. Yeah, maybe we'll do a cover episode.
The things that time steals and turns to pain. If it's not love to let you leave again, I don't know what is. But if you doubt and question what the future holds, remember there's no place you can't go home.
To all the roads that we are yet to pave, the dreams that stillness entertains and slays. Now if my love for you won't make you stay,
Yeah, what a lovely contrast between their voices. Again, it's a beautiful song. And I feel that after all the success with the Clair Obscur, I hope that more game companies will do this kind of... I know it's the thing about like budget and everything, but I feel there's... at least these days, you can use different type of tools to help you out with the processes and increase your productivity. And it is doing a favor to the games, I feel, at least if you listen to the Clair Obscur album. There's so many bangers on that soundtrack, and one of the reasons is, at least in my opinion, is that because they have this beautiful voice of Alice. And I wish more soundtracks will do that. Witcher 4, I hope they do that for Witcher 4. Add more, like hire some vocalists or something. Or get someone on board to help with the writing process. I love the music of Witcher, but it would have been so cool to have a few tracks also with some like real singing. Well, there are a few of them, but we want more of the good stuff. Because, you see what happens at all the nominations and awards and stuff. And in Clair Obscur's case, a lot of it comes from the soundtrack, because it's such a big part of the game, and it tells the story without you having to play the game. Just boot the menu and listen to the menu music. Yeah, Lumiere. Yeah, many bangers there. So yeah, I hope we get more games with like real songs in the games. Of course, it's not for like every scenario in the game. I mean, if you're playing like Resident Evil or a horror game or something else, like an action shooter, you probably don't want to hear a track with vocals maybe in the background. You want to hear the action, the pumping, pulsing synth arpeggios in the background. Read Arc Raiders. Let's continue listening. Sorry, not sorry.
You will never leave a trace where you walk. If the only path you take's the one you're told. So walk away and find you. So far away I'll reach you to the world, to the world, to the world, yeah.
It gives a sense of like coming home to some extent too. But very introspective and emotional character. Very emotional, weighty track to the Wilder. Personal favorite still after listening to these other tracks too. All great tracks. I'm not saying they are bad tracks. I'm just saying that To the Wilder is another level. Next up, we're gonna listen to Any Love of Any Kind, the choir version.
There was a time when I would shatter at every hit or so, but now I barely feel the pain when I fall. This violence is turning to madness, forgetting what was so. I tell you all that men are breaking, but you don't wanna know. Don't waste your life observing the slaughter. There is no time to grieve the sun. Take every chance of trying all you can find. Any love of any kind. Go catch the light and shine it all around. It's all we have to survive this world.
Yeah, beautiful arrangement of this melody. Indeed, when you use choirs like this and just bear with the choirs and the Woodkid's voice here, it's indeed a transcending, ascending, whichever direction you want to go. It depends, I guess, but you get a very uplifting, angelic quality.
Don't find excuses for your anger. You're drowning in sorrow. When all the reasons to stay are selfish, you must go. I'll show you what this burden is hiding, the meaning of it all. How beautiful this life can be when you don't have to grow. Don't waste your life respecting the rulers. There is no time you need to run.
Man, the Sopranos they have in this choir is really next level. I'd love to hear what kind of choir they use for this soundtrack or this track in particular. I'm just gonna rewind there just so we can hear that lovely soprano in the background.
Show you what this burden is hiding, the meaning of it all. How beautiful this life can be when you don't have to grow. Don't waste your life respecting the rulers. There is no time you need to run. Take every chance of trying all you can.
I guess also if you want to hear something similar, or at least something with like similar emotions, maybe I could recommend Sigur Rós, or the singer's solo project Jónsi. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's Icelandic, but you have similar like feelings and vibes in Sigur Rós. Very emotionally weighted music, but also with that like high falsetto. Oh yes, Second Time. Yeah, that was a... I'm speechless for that one. It's heavenly. Transcending or ascending. Again, depending on where you want to go. I guess most people want to ascend. Any Love of Any Kind, the choir version from Death Stranding 2 on the beach. 1 million plays. And there's also a To the Wilder piano version, and instrumental, and many versions. But that's cool. What a wonderful track. But I mean these two tracks, To the Wilder, Any Love of Any Kind. The choir version here. Thanks for recommending that track. I've actually really hard time to pick a favorite of these two, but so many wonderful tracks there. So we're going to continue and listen to the low roar versions. Tracks. I guess he didn't do separate versions, but let's see here if I can find a playlist. Just how it goes. Oh, is that the guy from House in the Woods? Is that one of his albums? Death Stranding songs from the game. Yeah, they were. Don't Be So Serious. Sounds like the Joker. Here we go. Well, I heard that other album. I didn't know he was doing Death Stranding. Again, album Leaf.
Sweaty clothes, the routine that I've learned to understand and know. Play my tricks, fragile mind, risk your head on me. Shut my eyes, I'm not here. There must be some mistake.
I love the analog synths in this track, and I like the whole overall vibe. It's such a cool track. But again, I mentioned that here in the chat. If any of you heard the album Leaf, and now when we get to the more like electronic sounds, it's actually sounds like a mixture between the album Leaf and I think it's a German artist, Apparat. The Apparat. Just if you heard any of these artists.
Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious.
Again, the emotional, you can definitely hear there's a emotional coherency between all the different tracks in even if it's different soundtracks, different artists creating the music here. You can definitely hear the red line, the emotional weight they've carried across in the songs. But again, the album Leaf plus Apparat, and maybe a little bit of spicing with Sigur Rós. So right.
Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious.
Right, so someone mentioned you have a radio player in Death Stranding 2. Is that correct? So can you basically select any track of the game in that player, or do you have to like reach a certain area to get a specific track or something? Like in Clair Obscur, where you have like to collect records and then you can use them in your hub.
Don't be so serious.
Oh, so beautiful with the naked piano there and the organ in the background too. Seascal, this song plays in the opening sequence of the first game. Is it the same version that plays in Death Stranding 1? Or is it a new... it actually reads Death Stranding, so I guess this means that it's from the first game. So they used the same song for part 1 and part 2. Some really cool sound design. Man, I love this. It's a physical modeling. Marcos, I love this song. Their song Bones. It's also a song that's featured in the game. I'll keep coming. Yeah, so really it sounds like a real analog synths in this track. But it's really hard to say these days if it's real analog or if it's just emulated analog. But it sounds very very analog breathing. And there was also some physical modeling sounds there at the end. This like very short, snappy, transient, heavy sounds. Bam, 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 dum, dum, dum. Hammock. There's a lot of cool shoegaze bands. Hammock. Just how it goes. Hummingbird, not around. Low roar, not around. Okay, so that's your favorites. So let's see the next track. Bones. So it's an Icelandic artist. I just had to read up on him a little bit. Post-rock electronic music project that became the soul of Death Stranding series. It was spearheaded by the late American Icelandic singer-songwriter Ryan Karasija. Bones.
First of March, it's clear to me there's something that's uncomforting. Your body is away with me, but I'm exactly where I wanna be. But I'm a long way from home.
I know your voice, I know your face. This is something I cannot replace. Gave me hope and gave me doubt. Well, I loved you then, but I don't love you now.
Oh, how tragic. I loved you then, but I don't love you now. Alistair Reeds, welcome to the stream. We are having a blast listening to Death Stranding 2 songs. Bones.
I'm a long way from home.
A little bit of a Björk vibe there.
You're a long way.
The female singer. Just listen to the sound atmosphere. I mean, some people say regarding Swedish music when it comes to like ABBA and Swedish House Mafia, Avicii and everything, they say there must be something in the Swedish water. I'd say there's something in the Icelandic water as a Swede, because they're brilliant. They're so freaking brilliant when it comes to the sound design and coming up with cool sounds for songs. Just listen to Sigur Rós and Low Roar. Yeah, they must be drinking some good shit over there.
Now listen out, don't walk away.
I've got nothing more to say.
Can you see it in my dying face?
You're acting like I care.
Now is there anything that I can do?
If there was, would we be singing?
But you're a part of me and I'm a part of you. Yes, you're a part of me and I'm a part of you. Yes, you're a part of me and I'm a part of you.
Ah, what a beautiful song. Yeah, indeed, Siskel. Iceland, like 100,000 people, and somehow they have the most fantastic artists. Yeah, somehow there's some kind of connection there. The less people you have in a country, the better the artists perform. They need to have space. I think that's the main issue. If you have too much crowded people, you have too little time to to spend on making music and come up with brilliant ideas, I guess. That's why you want to live outside in the wilds. To the wilder. Quality over quantity. Yeah, it must be the ice. It's the Icelandic ice. Yeah, it's extremely relaxing music. And a lot of Icelandic music give you that kind of vibe. Except some of the very... if you listen to the music of Sigur Rós singer Jonsi, his solo album, there's some really far out there stuff. But there's the same thing from Björk. Brilliant artist, by the way.
Yes, you're a part of me, and I'm a part of you.
Love the bass. Just the sound design there at the end for the percussion. It's like totally weird sound. Pop, tsh. Insane. Yeah, they know how to pick their sounds. Right. Are we digging into the next track? Sankt Erik's Plan. Sankt Erik's Plan. Not around. I'm trying to find a good playlist. I don't think we listened to Sayonara. Give it up. Next track, Not Around. Shoegaze. Outer Wilds.
hope it keeps you safe when I'm not around. When I'm not around. When I'm not around. When I'm not around.
Somehow it gives me some like, indeed it's a song for closing your eyes and just lay down and listen and chill out. Reminds me a little bit about the Beatles somehow, and it's a definite campfire song. Again, I'm coming back to the Outer Wilds vibes, but what a lovely track. But it becomes even more tragic when we know the end of low roar singer when you're not around. I think my Beatle reference may be just sound-wise because of like the slapback echo. I think that's the reason why I mentioned Beatles. But there's obviously many artists using that type of reverb effect or delay effect on the vocals.
When you're not around. When you're not around. When you're not around. When you're not around.
Beautiful, beautiful song. Not Around. Low Roar. Featured in Death Stranding. So was this track written for the game, or was it written outside of the game? I mean, if it's a track that just was brought into the game world. If it was written prior to the game franchise. Yeah, and also maybe John Lennon, of course. I think that's both the slapback delay there and also the melodies of John Lennon. Marco, it's the kind of music I listen to while sitting in a chair on the porch on a rainy day. Yeah. In the evening. Yeah, we're just waiting for the summer to let the spring go by fast so we can get our summer. So we're gonna listen to another track, Sayonara. Sayonara. Ah, okay. So you found out about the band prior to making the game, maybe. So the songs were written outside of the game. Yeah, thanks. Right, so this is a different artist. This is not Low Roar anymore. This is again Hoshino, as you can see here on the player. And yeah, you can hear this. It's this J-pop chord progressions, almost a little bit like a chill and jazzy. But love the track. Very cool vibe. Oh, okay, he appears in the game also. Very minor character. Again, Hoshino. Very nice with guitar wailings in the background. Almost sounds like seagulls in the distance. Very suitable for this chill out vibe track. Oh, Woodkid appears too. Who would have known? Sayonara by Gen Hoshino, also featured in Death Stranding. Right, so next up we're going to listen to Cliffhanger. I'm just going to see if I can find the track. Weird. Timber Hearth from Outer Wilds is in this track list. That's odd. There we have it. Cliffhanger, another artist, Grim.
Dear world and everyone out there and everything out there, you have tried to pass me by, but now I'm falling into you like a sprinter faints in the ground with the sound. Today I walk into your eyes to reach your number 9. You're no longer afraid to die. And dreams by running in the woods, by burning in the woods. I remember seeing your face in the haze.
See your face in the haze.
Crystal clear, the promise we made when we drowned in the sea. When I found your reflection in my life, don't you remember? The eyes of your future is looking for you to tell. Made me crystal clear, something I couldn't make sure of before.
Did he include this song in the game, Cliffhanger? Or is it just, as you mentioned here, Hideo Kojima's favorites, so to speak?
When I found your reflection in my night.
Sounds like he's liking this campfire vibe. The shoegaze campfire stuff.
Reflection in my night.
Even though I cannot see you, I'm certain that your heart is here. If you find that you miss me, always look at the sun that rises and the moon that rises in the evening. Whatever the time, I will be reflected in the sun and the moon. And in our next life, let us meet in the pure land of Eagle Peak.
It sounds very 70s. Reminds me of like a camel. And just the overall 70s vibe.
Dear world and everyone in it and everything in it, you have tried to pass me by, but now I'm falling into you like a sprinter faints in the ground. Today I walk into your eyes with your number 9. Possible's entirely possible, and dreams we're running in the woods, we're burning in the woods. I remember seeing your face in the haze. Now it's crystal clear, the promise we made when we drowned in the sea. When I found your reflection in my life, don't you remember? The eyes of your future is looking for you to tell. Make me crystal clear, something I couldn't make sure of before. When I found your reflection in my life, when I found your reflection in my life, when I found your reflection in my life, when I found your reflection in my life.
Cliffhanger. Right, so that was Cliffhanger by the artist the Grim Grim, and personally I have to say I'm not a big fan of yeah, crazy Cliffhanger. I'm not a big fan of the voice, of her singing voice. It sounds I don't know, not it sounds like a demo recording, this song, and of course there is an emotion in the track, but I'm not a big fan of that that type of singing, especially after hearing Low Roar's beautiful voice and Woodkid's beautiful voice and Fanning. So next up we have a track here, Hummingbird, Low Roar. With some gaming ambience in the background. Yeah, I think I found a playlist with like let's see if I can find some without the background ambience, because it was a very low volume for the actual music too. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm spelling like a turd today. Anyways, hope you're having a nice Easter. Please don't breathe so loud. Hummingbird. Low Roar. Tribute to Hummingbird. Low Roar. Where's the bloody track? Ah, there we have it. Thanks. Finally. Yeah.
Tentative captain, don't keep your eyes on the ground. Heaven's been offered.
A lot of space in this song.
Leaving this as such a beautiful sound. And I'm safe when I feel I don't feel it's not around. So I'm leaving tomorrow. Hesitant captain.
Again, I don't know what it is in the Icelandic water. Why do they have such a exquisite, perfectly aligned? I don't know. How can they pick these really cool samples for their tracks? They always find it like the best sounds, the most unique, interesting sounds, and how they blend them. Sigur Rós. Björk. Yeah, Rip Ryan.
Hesitant captain, it's too late to turn back around. The party, it's waiting.
It's like an eargasm every time you listen to a song by an Icelandic artist. Or at least the Icelandic artist I've heard so far. It's like eargasm. That's I think that's the best word for the experience today, listening to the Death Stranding soundtrack. And I'm talking about all the artists. It's chef's kiss.
And I feel when I feel I don't feel it's not around. So I'm leaving tomorrow. Don't cry for me, I'm the talk of the town. And don't worry, mother, I blow kisses to you when the sun's going down. Tell Dad I'm alright, I'll see him around. Maybe tomorrow.
I'm just gonna say sorry for stopping the track. But yeah, what an eargasm. I mean, all these samples and how they're used in the track, and to emphasize the emotions. Just lovely. I don't know what they're drinking in Iceland, but they sure know how to select their sounds and craft them and sharpen them and make them work in the arrangement. Not sharpen, they are very cotton smooth. Aha, I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there. So that was Hummingbird, Low Roar. This is definitely a track I'm gonna come back to and listen to more. What a wonderful song. Straight into Sayonara. that was not the next track. Let's give Patience a listen. Also Low Roar. This is what I like with the soundtrack. Surprises. I talk about it often that I really like when you go on an adventure in tracks, and when you're surprised by like maybe new chord progression and kind of different chord pick there. Yeah, I just saw what you did there. I just saw what you guys did there. Yeah, so we have this poll going on in the chat, and if you haven't taken part in the poll, it's you're gonna vote for your favorite OST from Death Stranding. May it be the Woodkid soundtrack, may it be the Low Roar, or Ludwig for Cell's soundtrack. So make your picking there. And I was just listening to that previous Hummingbird low Roar song, and I just saw how the Woodkid shrinked and Low Roar increased. So we have 31 votes at the moment, and we have 55% Woodkid, 29% Low Roar, 16% Ludwig for Cell. But now, after listening to many tracks of Low Roar and also Woodkid, I'd say it's maybe not 50-50. I still have a lot for To the Wilder. That's just a once-in-a-lifetime song. But let's continue with Patience. It's a lovely track.
Sick of losing my patience ahead of time, lacking rhythm, barely conscious, oversensitized, feeling weaker as I stumble around. Get out of my
Yeah, it's just super beautiful. I love the chord progression and the sounds here with... And the unexpected chord progression. It's just so lovely. So I'm just reading up a little bit about the singer here, Ryan Karisagi, because I didn't know about his the tragic passing, how he passed away. Apparently he died October 2022 at age 40 due to complications from pneumonia. Kojima was devastated, stating that Death Stranding would not have been born without Ryan's music. Despite his passing, Low Roar's influences remains a pillar of the sequel. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach features songs from the band's final posthumous album, House in the Woods. So that's why I recognize his music, because I've heard songs from House in the Woods, but I didn't know that it was Ryan and that it was featured in Death Stranding. The game includes a dedicated tribute message to Karisagi in the end credits. Nice gesture, but it becomes even more tragic when you know the background of the singer and listening to the emotions in the music. Much more impact, obviously.
In the morning, rest the paper, heavy snowfall wakes the neighbors, the alarm calls, I clean out my eyes, feeling nauseous as the world spins around. Get out of my
I'd say that the chord progression is bloody brilliant. It's not a very traditional chord progression, but it's bloody brilliant. Just love it. Patience. Indeed, we have too little of patience these days. With all the phones, social media, everything that's required of us from society. So it's good that we get this kind of music that can help us unwind and get down back to our roots, back to our humanity, get our humanity back. Yeah, the resolution there at the ending, just chef's kiss to just let the strings breathe at the end. Yeah, what a lovely arrangement. Also a favorite track. Every track here has been... I love these streams when we get favorite after favorite. Well, I didn't really enjoy that Grim track that much. I mean, the voice just put me off somehow, but And I think it's the perfect track to end the stream here today, with Patience. And I think it's a very important thing to talk about these days. Again, with all there's so much happening, so much bad things happening in the world. Not only the wars, but just everything. AI taking over the music industry, which was already on a free fall, and now it's like on an avalanche free fall. It's a bit sad. I hope that the future, our kids in the future, will have the ability to build a career build a career around the music and get their hopes up for making a living out of music. I know we can all continue working on the music as a hobby, but you can, if you get to focus on music as living on the music, releasing albums or touring, playing for people. I hope we somehow can get that back into somehow, but it's very hard to see at the moment with what's happening with the music industry, or like any industry basically. AI is taking over so much, and it's really hard to see where this is really going. Just reflections here after listening to this track, Patience, because I have kids of my own, and some of them are interested in music, and I really want to help them out and encourage them. But it would be lovely to get back. I mean, the 90s, it was like perfect. And the 80s, 70s, I guess also. But the 90s and early 2000 was great for music. But the stream, as soon as we got like internet, then it was starting to get downhill. Napster, Spotify, Spitify. But I hope we somehow can get back to our senses. But it's very hard when we have companies with billionaires controlling the systems. A bit tragic talk here in the end, but I really think about this a lot, and I really hope we can get back into our senses somehow. The real spooky boy gaming. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I'm just sad we couldn't get the piano going here. I do have the guitar at the side here, but I do have, when I don't run the guitar through Logic, which I'm having in the background usually for playing like the guitar and piano, it's going to be a delay. So if I try to play along to a track, it's going to be like a few milliseconds, too many milliseconds, a delay. Because I have a delay between the video and the audio feed from the microphone. I have a microphone on top here. I guess most streamers have the microphone on screen, but I try to have it out of the screen so I can gesticulate and talk with my hands a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're really heading into like a cyberpunk world. And I don't want that. It's like when you see those pictures when the LAN parties back in the day, when the kids got together, sat in the same, they spent like a weekend in a shed somewhere, putting up their CRT monitors or TVs. Yeah, I would have loved to improvise to some of the tracks, but also I know a lot of people. Some people hate it when I play on the tracks, but I guess personally that's how I'm gonna roll, because I love to also learn. It's also for myself and of course for you to hear additional layering of melodies on top and stuff like that. But I feel it's a nice addition, and it's my trademark for my channel here too, because I feel there's a lot of reaction shows out there, and Sorry, not sorry, exactly. Yeah, but I try to. I want to have my own unique take on doing these reactions and just talk from my heart and also play from my heart, because that's how I talk about it a lot. That's how I listen to music, and that's how we listen to music here in the house. If we hear something that we like, it might be me, it might be my son Elliot, or we go to a piano or a guitar and we play along, and that's how we enjoy music. So that's what I'm gonna continue doing here on my show. But we need to get it rolling again. And I guess it's because I'm using an older version of bloody OBS. So I need to update OBS here. But I'm not totally against AI. I mean, it is a helpful tool for some stuff, and it takes away some tedious tasks, especially for programming. Because I do a lot of programming and did a lot of programming since age 12. Developed games and apps and everything, helped clients develop services and invoice systems. I built full CMS systems. I built my own education portal, Morning New Media Education. It was solely built from the ground up, totally by myself. But these days I am using Cursor, like an AI helper, because you can do so much extra, you get extra productivity from that. But this generative AI stuff, like creating art and creating music, it can be used as a tool, but there's so much. I read somewhere, what is it, 10 million tracks a day that's produced in Suno. I think it's even more. It's or was it 7 million? There's it's a huge amount of tracks, just a single day. And guess what? How many of those that people try to upload into streaming platforms? I guess they're having a hard time cleaning up. I just wish that they could keep the purely generated AI songs to their own platform. Let them be on Suno or whatever, because I know the usage of these type of tracks for people. You may be disabled, so maybe you can't use your hands, or you can't. Yeah. You're blind or whatever, and you maybe you're writing lyrics and you can't get the music across. Of course, there are use cases where generative AI can be a good thing, and it also maybe I mean, we're already using virtual instruments to depict strings and to get different sounds that we don't have, different instruments that we don't have around. So if I don't have a guitar, I can use a virtual instrument to get the guitar sound. But I mean, of course, if I'm making a track, and I'm not doing it like this, but if I would make a track and maybe I want a violin section, I mean, I could make the MIDI and program the MIDI and then use some kind of plugin. But then if you just take your track, load it into some of the AI platforms and tell it to add the string line on top, and then extract the string line and put that into the track. Because the thing is, if you generate the strings with the AI, it's going to sound much better than the virtual instrument. Because the virtual instrument is rigid, very static in its sound. There are some libraries, of course, that sounds quite good and so on, but the AI is so good at replicating, of course, since it is learned on human expression. But the real human expression, I mean, just taking up the guitar and playing, you get so much other details in there, and you get my experience as the composer of the track, and my experience of all the feelings that I'm trying to depict in the track, and trying to get across in the song, this Patience, this beautiful Patience track by Loror. It's gonna put it on in the background. There's so much things that happens when you create a song. Yeah, but I'm just rambling on here about. I wish we could get because the incitement for kids and people to continue working with music and continue doing music, it's going to go down so much if you know that, okay, I can never live of this, I can never make money out of this. Then the incitement is only making the music for you, and it's gonna get hard to like reach the stages where you can go out and play for people and perform to people. Because there is, of course, the time you need to like practice your instrument and get good. You have to get good at your instrument, and you have to get good at your songwriting and to prepare for that for the stage. So you really need to have time to build your craft. And if society doesn't give you the ability and the time to get good in your craft, only like as a hobby, it's gonna get hard. So I hope we can get our senses back, and society can get its senses back to get this thing working. Yeah, the authenticity is like it's a robot. But I've done a lot of renditions from AI that actually I've tried doing this, like I'm playing a verse and a chorus on just the piano, and then I send it into the AI and let it spit back, arrange this with like strings and stuff, and it does come back sounding very nice. But indeed, some of the expression gets lost in there, and of course it's not my depiction anymore. It was my chord progression and my melodies, but it's someone else playing that. It's a robot playing that. But then again, I don't feel it's. Again, it's good as a tool, as a helpful tool to your creative process, but it's not. The problem is that it takes over. It's such a small step for it to take over the whole process. Like push that button and you get your track. And so many people out there are doing this every day now, so it's a broken system. I mean, the musical system, the distribution, publishing, the music business with labels and the streaming platform was already broken. And now it's like thrown out the window. So it's really hard to see how things can get back to normal. Yeah, now how philosophical we got here, but that's what happens when you listen to these type of tracks, and like I said, get back to your roots, get back to the thinking. I try to stay out of politics in all my like social channels and this YouTube channel and everything, but it's such an important aspect for the future of our kids and for you and for me, that we have to get our senses back and make something, make this work again somehow. Yeah, and when the like streaming platforms themselves also push for AI music to people, and I mean, you do hear, especially younger people hear exactly if they know what to look for, and sometimes they don't even have to know what to look for, but you hear that on the echoing of the voice. But sometimes some renditions don't have that echo anymore. I don't know how they've solved it. Maybe, of course, learning on high quality FLACs maybe, or WAV files instead of MP3 files. Yeah, the greedy corporations. I mean, we spent. Just think about how much money a single artist spend on his career to like investment in hours learning the instruments and learning the craft of composing, and it's a lot of time we invested in this, and then they take it all away, just rip it. I'm just thinking about all the free tutorials I've done on all these music applications on YouTube, and the AI platforms just suck up all the information and sell it. That's the worst part, and we don't get any remuneration or kickback on it. It's an F world. Act up world. It's an act up world. Yeah, so that concludes today's listening stream. Again, make sure you smash that like on the stream here and let me know your thoughts, your own thoughts on the future of music. Or just your thoughts on the Death Stranding soundtrack. Your thoughts on anything, leave them in the comments or in the chat. I'm gonna go and grab my evening sandwich and I'm gonna see if we can do some game playing. I'm gonna head over to my battle station there in the background where we stream games on my second channel, Gelheim Gaming. So if you want to tag along there, make sure you go to this link and give it a follow. Gelheim Gaming. Yeah, thank you guys for joining in. It was a blast. Love Low Roar. I already knew I would love the Woodkid tracks. What a wonderful voice. What a wonderful singer. Ludwig Forsell, also great cinematic tracks, but I mean, having an artist singing, it adds such a tremendous amount of levels. You're leveling up unto infinity. It's almost like Inception. It's like a layer, another layer. It's an onion. Miyamoto Musashi, thanks for the sub. I wonder why we have two of them. 2 subs. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Hope you have a nice Easter. And see you soon. See you in Gelheim Gaming. Bye.